Boys, welcome back to another video, and today I am back with another FIFA 22 Squad Battles tips video. This time it's how to win on Ultimate once again, but this time the video is going to focus on solo because, like you can see, I have covered it on the channel already, how to win on Ultimate difficulty, and there is a full playlist on the channel of all my Squad Battles tips videos, so if you're still needing some help, feel free to go and check out this playlist and see if it can help you out. But yeah, like I say, I have already posted this, but a lot of you complained, and fairly so, that the gameplay in the background was not solo. It was co-op, and obviously, as we all know, co-op makes things a hell of a lot easier. So this time, I went out and I've done it again. This time, it's completely solo against an 88 rated team with 100 chemistry. So it's not an easy team, and I'm doing it on my own. So this is the tutorial that you guys want. Also, instead of doing it the way I've been doing it, I'm going to sit here and watch the game back with you guys, and then kind of pause it and break down things as we go along. I think that might be a better way of going about, you know, showing what I need to show you, basically. So, yeah, I just want to make sure you see me going into the game. You saw that I selected Ultimate Difficulty, and any second now, you'll see it up here as well, that it says it is on Ultimate. You guys know, the subscribers, I'm never going to lie to you about my gameplay anyway, but every time you post gameplay like this, sadly, some people feel the need to say that it's fake, but yeah, completely real. I will show you me going into the game as well against that crazy team. And yeah, so now I will be back with you when I feel like there's something to show you. There's something I want to point out already, actually, and that is I'm 5 minutes in-game, and I am yet to touch the ball. This is a thing I can already say, is that when you're playing, especially solo, you need to be patient. If you start pulling players out of position and running them about, and you create spaces for the Ultimate AI, they will take advantage of that. So you've got to be very patient and play essentially at their pace of the game whilst they're in possession. We finally get our first touch of the ball in the 8th minute, and I run it straight out of play. Great. Okay, already, and this is something that I mention a lot. We lost the ball there, but this is going to be a theme running throughout the video. Attacking down the wings is something that I do a lot of, and I want to make a point of that now, because you're going to see a lot more of it right as we go and concede the first goal. So let's take a look at this, and let's actually see what happens here. So, obviously this happened, I lost the ball here, we lose it, right? What goes wrong? So I'm in control of the midfielder, that's good. I need to be in control of a midfielder and not any of my defenders, because as soon as I pull a defender out, we're going to create space, and that's a problem. So I'm still in control of a midfielder. Now, Van Dijk backs off. I'm not 100% sure why Van Dijk backs off like that. Obviously, I'm not in control of him. I was trying to use second man press as well. I don't know why he's not doing it. If you don't know what second man press is, by the way, that is RB on the Xbox. So I think the mistake here is that I don't close him down quick enough. Basically, I let him get this ball into the box. I'm doing the right thing, being in control of the midfielder and not a centre-back and not pulling anyone out, but I just don't get to him quick enough, and sadly, Hullet puts that one away. But yeah, this is the good thing about conceding, because we can learn from our mistakes, even me. So I need to get to him quicker. I let the ball come in, Hullet catches it on the volley, and he's never missing from there, especially on Ultimate difficulty. Again, we've just took kickoff, and I am already trying to make my way towards the wing. There is always space out here on the wings. It's just a great place to be on the wings on Squad Battle. So make sure you're playing a formation that gives you some width. And it's actually led to a chance as well. Like, we had to pass it around a bit, you know, like I say, you're constantly going outside, coming back inside. But ultimately it led to a chance that if I'd done a time shot and got that right, potentially could have scored there. So again, I want to point out the defending here. I'm trying not to do it with my actual defenders. I am pulling Wijnaldum back. I can't stress this enough how important this is. Eventually, I do have to switch. And the reason I do that is because I feel like I can win the ball with Marquinhos. You've got to use common sense in these decisions that you're making. Do you genuinely believe you can win the ball when changing to a fullback or a centre-back? If you can, then go for it. But it's when you go for it and you get it wrong, that's when you concede goals. Now, there's a bit of defending here that I want to point out. So, let me explain. So, let's play this. Okay, so I switch to Robbo here. Now, Robbo gets beaten by Salah right here. Okay, so now I've got a choice. I can try and switch to Van Dijk and pull Van Dijk across to come and meet Salah. But then if I did, so I drag Van Dijk and I pull him out here, if Salah can get the ball off, he's going to have a very easy pass into this guy in the centre. So this is one of them times, again, where you've got to make a decision. Do I switch to the centre-back and try and pull him across to get there? Do I know I can get there? Or do I stick with Robertson or try and get a midfielder or something? And what I chose to do was stick with Robertson, because I knew that pulling Van Dijk across would be a terrible mistake. So I just stick with Robertson, I stick with Robertson, I stick with Robertson, and eventually we do win the ball back. I do give it away again. That was just bad by me. We could have ended up conceding there, but had I switched to Van Dijk, I probably concede for definite. So it's decisions like that that are the key to defending on ultimate difficulty. Wow, and there's our first goal. And we definitely need to rewind that. Because ultimate at times can be very weird. I don't know if you guys have heard of the phrase dynamic difficulty. But it's basically the difficulty just changes at points in a game, like no matter what. So, for example, if you've ever been playing like World Class or Legendary, and then it seems like someone flicked a switch, and all of a sudden they're passing like Prime Barcelona. I feel like that's what's happened here, except the opposite effect. The Ultimate AI kind of fall asleep. It's not, obviously it's a video game, it's not perfect. And I think that's what's happened here, because if you look, there are two midfielders here, Hullet and I believe that's Kante. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Kante. So we've got Hullet and Kante, and they just completely fall asleep, and they give me the time to take this shot with Fofana, which is crazy. You know, on the hardest difficulty, you think you wouldn't ever get chances to do that, but like I say, dynamic difficulty is in play all the time. So sometimes they'll be passing it around like crazy, and you can't get a touch of the ball like at the beginning. And then other times they have lapses, and when they do have these lapses where the AI just kind of like fall asleep, you've got to try and take advantage of it. And thankfully Fofana hit that long shot, which is a very good way of scoring goals, by the way. Just long shots without finessing, a very good way of scoring goals if you've got the players to do so. And I actually, if I remember rightly, the next goal comes straight away. We win the ball back from kickoff. So bear in mind, for 30 minutes of the game, I could do nothing. And then we score a long shot, and then they take kickoff, we win the ball back, and go up the other end and score. And this is dynamic difficulty in action. It's a prime example of it. I couldn't do anything for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I get 2 goals very quickly. So when the AI have these moments where they just like fall asleep and the dynamic difficulty comes down, it's important to try and capitalize on that. You'll know it's happening because the game all of a sudden gets easier. So you've got to pounce on those things. And there's another thing that's just happened that's another very viable way of scoring goals. I talk about going down the wing a lot, but also just through balls in general. If you want my custom tactics, they are posted on the channel. But basically, we get Mbappe to make these runs. And I know it's a privilege to have Mbappe, but we play that pass. A ball roll, which is something the AI fall for a lot, by the way. Ball rolls, for some reason, like really seem to get them a lot. They don't fall for many skill moves. Every year, there tends to be something that the AI falls for. And this year, just ball rolls seems to be the one, at least at the moment. Then here we are coming into half-time. And I'm going to be honest with you. Spoilers if I hadn't already said it, but we did win this game 5-2. And when I actually started this game, I didn't expect to win this game. I was actually, in my mind, going to make a totally different video about co-op destroying squad battles and how it's impossible solo. But we ended up getting a good gameplay here. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I actually didn't intend on making this video. It's just that I got this good gameplay and the idea popped into my head. But again here, I want to show this. I need to make sure I show this. So we took kickoff, and again, we are going straight out wide because there is always space out here. Now, it might lead to nothing, which in this case, I think it does. Yeah, we just have to come back on ourselves. But it's always good to go out wide. You can shift the defense across. And I tell a lie, because it actually leads to our goal. So I cannot stress it enough. You have got to be attacking the wings. How did that come about? So we're attacking the wing. We come back on ourselves. Neymar, as you can see, is going to start trying to move away from Hullet to bring himself into space. I don't know why I'm pointing. That doesn't help. But Neymar gets away from Hullet. And a very easy pass inside. And the finish. So the thing about Ultimate is, as much as it is difficult, and it is, it's not completely rocket science. Sometimes the game will just be unfair. We all know this. Like I say, it's about dynamic difficulty. In this game, thankfully, they were kind to me at points, and they weren't absolutely unplayable. But what you've got to do is not rocket science exactly. A lot of it is just knowing what to do and applying common sense to situations. Again, right now, I don't know how this attack goes. I don't know if you end up scoring from this, but we're on a counter-attack, and immediately we attack the wing. Especially on corners as well. There's even more space to be had down the wing. So it only ends up in us getting a corner. But again, just using the width of the pitch and getting down the wing leads to us having a chance on goal. And it's just very simple stuff when you know what you're doing. I've dragged Van Dijk out there. Right, so why have we conceded, lads? You should be starting to notice things now. Why have we conceded there? Let's rewind it and let's take a look. So here, we're obviously being counter-attacked now, so our defense isn't set. But I'm doing the right thing in pulling Fofana back and trying to defend with him. He beats me, so I switch to Hakimi. Not necessarily a problem, because the defense isn't set anyway, so it's not like I'm dragging Hakimi out of position. So the ball ends up at Hullet in the middle. I'm trying to do it with Wijnaldum. Now you've got your issue, okay? I've switched to Van Dijk. So we're now in a situation where I either need to win this ball, which I obviously thought I could, or I have dragged Van Dijk out of his position. And even Marquinhos isn't in position, so it's not looking good for me at the moment. So let's play it again. And I think that's Kane. He gets the ball off to Salah here. So if you look at the positioning of Van Dijk and Marquinhos, both of them are out of position. Had I not touched Van Dijk and I just left him where he was, Van Dijk would be stood somewhere around here right now. Van Dijk could be about here somewhere. So if we play the clip, and look exactly where the ball ends up. Van Dijk, instead of being right here where he would have been to get rid of this ball, he's here instead. And obviously, you just saw. It doesn't end well for us. So yeah, like, even me, someone who knows what I'm doing, I still make mistakes. Again, look, I've pulled Van Dijk out. He plays the ball into Salah. Salah, all he's got to do is find this man in the middle. He does. And Van Dijk would have been right there to cut it out had I not have pulled him away. Simple, simple stuff. And I just want to mention this again. I've taken kickoff right after conceding that goal with Van Dijk. I pass it out to Mane, and I am once again attacking the wings. Always space out here, just trying to see what I can make happen. And luckily this time, we catch a finesse shot absolutely perfectly, and we make it 4-2. I mean, that is lucky. Those finesse shots, since the patch, don't always go in. They're still quite a viable option, but they don't go in anywhere near as much as they did. But again, we just attack the space down the wing, created a chance for ourselves with a finesse shot, and we've made it 4-2. To me there, I just want to show this again. Another great example of defending. You know, we're just trying, like, I'm here. I'm instead of pulling men to come and meet the attackers, I'm pulling men back to, you know, come and meet the attackers. And here, we get the ball off Hullet with Fofana, and it actually leads to us directly into a counter-attack. I don't know if we score this. Do we? Do I ball roll him? I do ball roll him. Okay, we don't get... But, again, a good bit of defending, using our midfielders, led to us getting another corner. And as those of you know, getting corners also benefits your points on squad battles. So, yeah. Beautiful bit of play there. Beautiful 1-2. That is a lovely, lovely goal. Now, at this point in the game, because the AI are losing... sometimes when they're losing by 2 or 3 goals towards the end, they get really, really aggressive. They'll really start to press. And that's what's happened here. So, as you can see, all of their all their back line is about to push forward. All of them run forward. And then, because they don't run together, it's essentially just not a good defensive line. I get a chance to play a 1-2 with Fofana, and he's straight in on goal. And obviously, we're never missing that, especially with the GOAT, Fofana. And yeah, just a simple 1-2 when they're pressing. And it's led to a very, very easy goal on the hardest difficulty. Again, I want to point out, against a 5-back, 88 rated with 100 chemistry. Now, there's always been a thing about the featured game being a little bit easier. People have always said this. I don't know. But either way, it is a 5-back, 100 chem, 88 rated. So, yeah, it's a good team that we've beat here. And it's a good 5-2 win. So we're just coming to the end of the game now, and obviously I want to make sure that I show you me coming out of the game so you know for a fact that this was on ultimate difficulty, because I know some people are going to say, no, it wasn't because of this reason, even though I explained dynamic difficulty and all that stuff. People don't like to believe what they see with their own eyeballs, sadly. But yeah, so we finished the game. I think I actually... Did I dominate this game? I don't know. So we win 5-2. There's even more proof, by the way, that it's on ultimate, because if I didn't play on ultimate... the multiplier would not be as high as that. For those of you who know, again, if I did this on like world class, the multiplier simply would not be that high. You only get that when you do it on ultimate. So yeah, I think I would have got over 1,000 coins and I not conceded goals. Maybe not quite. So I had 13 shots, they had 8. It was a 3.3 expected goals to 3.2. To be honest with you, we did get lucky with a couple of finesse shots in that game. You know, they don't always go in. Thankfully, this time they did. And we were able to win 5-2. And it's only 2,000 points, by the way, because when you play the featured game on Ultimate, you get 2,000 points no matter what. No matter what score you win by, you get 2,000 points. And you'll see it here again. That there it is, the AJ Tracy team, 2,000 points in, and difficulty ultimate. So yeah, that is going to do it from me, boys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm actually really happy with this tutorial. I feel like just breaking down gameplay like this might be the best way to go about tutorials in the future. Let me know, has this helped more than my other tutorial videos? Have the examples of what you need to do and what you need to not do been better? I think they have. I think they've come off a lot better in this video. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below, boys. I will try and help you out as best as I humanly can. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this video's turned out. I mean, I haven't edited it yet, so I might not be very happy with it, but I think I'm going to be happy with it, because I think that was the best way of showing it. Going back and just reviewing my own gameplay and pointing out the mistakes and pointing out what I did right. I think that's the best way to go about it in future. But yeah, thanks for watching, boys. Now I'll see you again in the next one. Cheers, boys.